Winter may be the season of chilly winds and stormy seas, but it's also a time that should be filled with heartwarming pleasures, because this is the season where we like to keep our toes cosy and indulge our taste buds. As the nights draw in and the landscape transforms around us, there's a whole new set of ingredients to play with. So I'll be bringing the year to an end with a warm welcome for the very best that winter has to offer. Look at that. Tender, melting, yielding. A combination of crispiness and creaminess. One of the great winter warming treats. It's time to cast guilt aside and tuck in as our grub gets just a bit greedier. That is lovely. Say trees! This time I'll be cooking a campfire feast for the latest Landshare success. That's not the plan. Getting pummeled by pears. Almost poisoned by mushrooms. And putting my life on the line, taking Gloucestershire perry to a Devon cider party. Have a sip of that and tell me what you make of it.
That's a difficult one.
Great flavour. Absolutely delicious. Lovely. If there's one item of West Country produce that defines autumn and the onset of winter, it's surely apples. Ever since I've lived here, pippins, russets and bramleys have been at the core of my winter kitchen. I put them in my pies and puddings and also in my pint glass, because round these parts, November is cider pressing month. But for all their undoubted greatness, I think it's important to remember that apples are not the only fruit. It would be a grave mistake to overlook the beauty of one of its nearest relatives, the subtle curves, the sheer luscious juiciness of the perfect pear. And you have to say, when a pear is perfectly ripe, could an apple ever be quite as good? It's the nectar of the juice. And it's so aromatic. It's just got such a great flavour. Pears, you see, we just don't pay them enough attention. So I've decided to take up the cause of the underdog, put apples on one side and pile all my energy into pears. First up, Gloucestershire, where the pear still gets a fair hearing. I'm here to meet Dave Casper, a man who's revived the ancient art of perry, the original pear brew. I'm hoping to find a perry to put on a par with my local cider. And I'll be gate-crashing a cider party later to put it to the test. Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Well done.
You juicing?
I'm bottling juice that we pressed yesterday, ready for pasteurising.
I've signed up to help with the pear picking, but I must admit I'm not quite sure what that entails.
I've got my nurdling iron, I call it, for shaking and hooking up the branches.
So we're going to nurdle some pears,
I'm going to nurdle some pears, yeah.
I can't wait. But before we get on with any nurdling, Dave wants me to try some of his finest perry.
This is Malvern Hills. The one we are pressing is going to be most like this one.
It's a beautiful champagne colour, isn't it?
It is indeed. Have a taste.
Cheers. It's absolutely stunning.
Isn't that lovely?
It's very sophisticated. I mean, it's more like a complex wine than a cider, actually.
In the 1600s, the kings and queens of Europe were drinking Gloucestershire perry.
Really?
And they were.
So it was the top drink of Europe.
It was the top drink of Europe.
So, given its illustrious history, this glorious past, some of the big producers who are now doing TV advertising, they're insisting on calling it pear cider.
They are.
As a perry maker, does that irritate you?
It hasn't got perry pears in it, and it is made from pear essence, water, 4.5 or 5% alcohol and carbon dioxide.
Does it make you...
It does.
It's a pear drop flavoured alcohol.
Absolutely,
pop.
absolutely. I mean, that's a good way of describing it.
With a belly full of real perry, we're off to plunder a new batch of pears for the press.
Hugh, you wanted some pears, I believe.
Unbelievable. I've never seen any fruit tree as tall as that before.
They're fantastic creatures, aren't they?
Although some of the ripest fruit has already fallen, the best way to get fruit down from a 60-foot tree is to get out your nurdling iron and shake a branch.
Have a taste.
Gosh, the fruit there almost tastes a little bit alcoholic already.
Going brown in the middle. In a way, it's starting the fermentation process for you already. But I promise you that 9 months down the line in the barrel, it'll be better.
Time for me to get to work.
Shaking is really hard work. I think it should be made into an Olympic sport, actually.
A little easy fruit picking certainly sounds like a nice soft option to start with. It's like an air raid.
It's called Gloucestershire roulette.
There we go.
Sorry about that.
Well, time to retreat to the safer job.
That's it.
Small and hard, perry pears aren't great for eating.
Got him.
That's good, well done.
But the combination of bitter tannins in the skin and high sugar levels in the flesh make them perfect for a brew.
Ready for another one?
Back at the farm, it's time to wash, crush and press our perry pear haul. God, you know, the smell coming out of here is just astounding. From each 100 kilograms of pears, Dave should get up to 80 litres of perry. And if you want to get hold of some, as always, it's the small independent producers that make the most authentic brew. Here's the pears and perry. Cheers.
OK, now, Hugh, if you had to drink cider or perry...
If I could only ever drink one alcoholic drink again in the rest of my life, and it was this, I'd be quite happy.
I'm very honoured in that case.
Cheers.
Cheers to you too.
I'm going to be in so much trouble when I get home. I'm supposed to be going to a cider party. I'll just say it was the perry talking. Much as I love my cider, perry's my new sweetheart. So where's that going to leave me with the hardcore cider drinkers back home?
I wouldn't be too hasty if I were you.
The first wisps of winter are upon us. And as the mornings bring a new crispness to the air, there's plenty to be excited about. But to get the most from these short days, it's vital not to give the cold shoulder to the first meal of the day. As the weather gets chillier over the next few months, there's a breakfast I'll be turning to again and again, one of my absolute favourites, porridge. Here's how I like to do it. I start with this lovely organic pinhead oatmeal. It's really coarse-grained, which makes it deliciously nutty and toothsome. Now that would take quite a while to cook from scratch, so the secret of a really quick breakfast porridge is to soak it overnight, and that's what I've done here. A pinch of salt goes in, of course, the true Scottish way. And just 5 minutes of gentle stirring makes a breakfast that's pure oat cuisine. This oatmeal makes a naturally creamy porridge, but a little dash of whole milk, or even single cream, doesn't hurt a bit. That's looking absolutely beautiful. And today I'm going to take my breakfast outside, because I've got a very special friend to share it with. My pedigree organic North Devon ruby red cow, number 3600064. Sometimes I have it with honey, sometimes with golden syrup, but today I'm having it with treacle. and it's absolutely delicious. And you know what? 3600064 is also a fan, because these days we're enjoying pretty much exactly the same breakfast.
Come on, old boy. Breakfast time.
As a 2.5-year-old beef steer, he's nearly ready for slaughter. For the last few weeks, a breakfast of oats and molasses have given him a lovely finish, a good cover of hard fat, and I hope some fine marbling in the eye of the meat.
This will be the best breakfast you've ever had.
And it'll make you taste divine. In just a few days, this half-ton animal will be off to the abattoir. And I have some wonderful beef to look forward to.
You finished it already?
Waste not, want not, I say. A dry autumn after a wet summer is the wrong way round for mushrooms, and the season's got off to a late start. But recently the weather's been wet and mild, and now the fungi are fruiting well. There are over 5,000 large fungi in the UK, but only 500 can be eaten safely, so you have to know what you're doing. With the Sultan of Shrooms, John, by my side, I'm sure we'll be going home with a basket full of tasty fungi.
That's the beechwood sickener.
You've just handed me a mushroom and said, that's the beechwood sickener, the beechwood sickener. Would you like to try some?
Well, just a little bit, just a tiny bit on the tip of the tongue. Well, yeah.
Don't do this at home, OK?
We'll try a bit. It's an experience.
It's actually making the tip of my tongue go numb, a kind of tingle.
Yeah, it does. But it wears off after a day or two, so you'll be fine.
It's not really going to take a day or two.
No, it doesn't. It does take about an hour.
Mushrooms have a symbiotic relationship with certain trees, and woodland containing oak, beech, birch and hazel, with plenty of deep leaf litter, is the perfect hunting ground.
Oh, well, that's pretty special, isn't it?
Is it?
So what's that called?
It's called beechwood milkcap.
The beechwood milkcap.
If you break the gills, you get a little drop of milk come. It's
Oh,
amazing.
yeah, that's beautiful.
OK. You like ginger, don't you?
Yeah, I like ginger.
It's ginger,
Wow.
isn't it?
It's ginger and a bit of chilli, and mustard and horseradish and all those hot
It's
things.
got all those things in it. I suppose it's very slightly poisonous. It would give you a stomachache if you ate a whole one.
Yes, I imagine a whole one would give me, at the very least, a tummy ache. Lovely. It's just so much fun out here with you today.
I'm glad you're enjoying it.
Something's beginning to tell me that rather than hunting for delicious mushrooms, John's trying to teach me a lesson. And I think I know why.
Never go mushrooming with Hugh.
Last year, I made a bit of a fungal faux pas.
This is the sulphur tuft. It's not deadly poisonous, but it gives you a terrible, terrible stomachache.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, people have been hospitalised.
So obviously he's decided to remind me of the dangers lurking in these woods.
No, you won't like this. It's called the blackening brittle girl.
Can you eat it?
No, you can't eat it.
Come on, then.
John's rubbing my nose in one dodgy toadstool after another. My basket's still empty.
Ooh, what have we got on the...
Well, I think we've got something really rather good.
Hey! I found a good one, have I?
You have found a very good one.
Can I please emphasise, I've found a good one.
No, actually, I saw it first, but I thought I'd let you discover it.
Is that true?
Yeah, it's true. Absolutely true, actually.
Can I pick it?
Yeah.
Is that or is that not a hedgehog fungus?
It is. It's a
Yes!
hedgehog mushroom. It's extremely easy to recognise. You can't possibly mix it up.
So you're saying perfect for an idiot like me, then? More to the point, perfect to take back to the kitchen.
Yeah, I've seen them.
No, I saw them first.
I saw them first.
You didn't see them first. This is the winter chanterelle.
No!
Yeah, that's terrific.
You're not honestly saying that you spotted those winter chanterelles?
I did spot them.
Well, after I said, what are those?
No. You're tetchy today, aren't you?
Oh, John,
What have you got?
I saw those and you did not.
I've got to let you have that one.
These regular chanterelles give us 3 delicious types of mushroom with no nasty side effects. So I'm slicing the fat fungi fairly thickly and just tearing the winter chanterelles apart. Fry them with garlic and thyme in a little oil and butter, and add a generous pinch of salt to draw out their liquid. John's a massive fan of mushrooms on toast, but I want to try something just a little different. The plan is to just pop a circle of pastry over the top.
What, in the pan?
Over the top of the pan.
Oh, really?
Put the pan in the oven, let the pastry puff up, and flip the whole thing over.
Oh, how cool is that?
Well, it depends.
Depends whether it works or not.
Depends whether it works.
What sort of pastry is that?
It's a bit of homemade rough puff, you know, where you keep folding it over. It's not quite as puffy as puff, but it's puffier than flaky. Right, my beautiful circle of pastry.
Circle in the loosest sense of the word.
Yeah, exactly. Just put that over the mushrooms. Ooh, straight into a hot oven, about 15 minutes.
Brilliant.
Oh, look at that, all puffy and nice. Are you ready? Whoa!
Oh, look at that.
How about that?
Well, that's not bad, Hugh. I must say I am very, very impressed. I thought the whole thing was just going to fall to pieces. It looks splendid, doesn't it? OK, after me.
After you, you go right ahead. It's hot. Oh. Those mushrooms are special, aren't they? No doubt you'd like to thank me for introducing you to them.
No, just stop there. You were doing fine.
It's been nearly a year since we started our Landshare project, and our website is enabling people who want to grow their own to meet others with spare land on which to grow it.
We've developed friendships now with our growers, and I just wish I had more land to turn over to more people.
This summer has seen an additional 10,000 growers and landowners from across the country joining the scheme. We've also had some exciting developments with big landowners like the Woodland Trust and the Ministry of Defence getting involved. And now Landshare's taken me to one of the highest points in Britain, deep in the heart of Derbyshire's Peak District. The really exciting thing about Landshare is that we just don't know what's going to happen next. We don't know who's going to offer up some land. We don't know who's going to grab it or what they're going to do with it. But one thing that's really interesting is that people are looking for land not just for growing their own food, but for doing all sorts of other enterprising things as well. Here at Farnbrook Farm, Simon and his Italian wife Gemma have given over an acre of land, not for growing vegetables, but for planting trees.
Good morning.
Hi, Gemma.
Yes, ciao.
How are you? Ciao.
I'm very well, and you?
Simon.
Hugh, how are you this
Yeah,
morning?
I'm very good.
Welcome.
I'm very good. Are you ready for planting?
We're ready for planting.
Excellent. Let's go. There are 340 trees to plant today, saplings that will eventually provide valuable shelter for livestock, the herd of alpacas which they're breeding for wool. But these aren't Simon and Gemma's trees, and it wasn't their idea to plant them. They've been bought by a London software company who've been looking for ways to offset their carbon footprint. And now these techies from town have left their virtual world behind and come to the farm for a works outing to plant their trees on this lovely patch of land.
Good morning, how are you?
Oh, nice looking bit of soil as well.
Yeah.
Break some of the compost out a little bit and push some of the soil in so the roots get the hang of the new soil. Exactly like that.
339 more to go.
That's not much.
How about team picture around the first tree? Say trees! Trees! If only I knew how this camera worked. Trees! Fantastic! Let's crack on. It's estimated that in the UK, the average person's carbon footprint can be offset by planting just 7 trees a year. And it was company director Stephen Brown who saw an opportunity to use Landshare as a way to reduce his company's contribution to global warming.
Just happened to be watching River Cottage, and they were talking about Landshare and had the bit about putting people who want to grow vegetables with people who have land together, and I went, I could do that with trees. Went on there, and literally 3 hours later, Simon came back and said, I've got a farm, that sounds like a great idea.
340 trees might not save the world, but they will make a difference. A fine example of local solutions to global problems. And my contribution to this team effort? A campfire lunch. This is a lovely, locally reared, free-range smoked ham hock, and it only cost me £3 in the local butcher. It's the perfect base for a fantastic, robust campfire soup. And it's only going to need 3 other ingredients. Carrots, onions, and these. Split green peas, which I've soaked overnight. Oh, bollocks! That's not the plan. Give them a quick rinse in the horse trough and no one will know. Every soup benefits from a bit of bread on the side, and I'm making my campfire loaf with grated parsnip, gently fried onion, and 350 grams of flour. A little bit of cheese, a nice cheddar. I don't want this to be a very cheesy bread, it's really just a kind of cheesy seasoning. This is a yeastless bread. It's really a kind of parsnip, cheese and onion soda bread. Add a couple of eggs. Out you come. Stir them in with a splash of milk to bind the dough. Just bring it together in a nice ball. Put a little cross in the top. Scoring the bread deeply helps it cook through evenly, and I'm guessing it'll need about 25 minutes in my Dutch oven. After 2.5 hours, the smoky ham hocks have flavoured the soup, and the meat on them is completely tender. Carrots and onions, the last 2 ingredients of my soup. Just cook them till they're a little bit tender. Once the carrots and onions are in, you're nearly there. Take all the meat off the bone, chop it up fine, and put it back into the soup. What's happened is the split peas have cooked to the point where they've started to dissolve. So there's still a little bit of texture in there, but they've also thickened the soup right up. Time to have a look at this bread. It's guesswork at the best of times. That's campfire cooking, full of excitement. Whoa! It's a campfire classic. Lunch is ready! Come and get it! Split pea and ham soup. It's hot, hot, hot.
Delicious.
Fantastic.
It's getting nice and sludgy at the bottom now. There you go. Guys, little extra something to go with your soup.
A burnt offering.
What is the theme of today, if not carbon capture? I think if we break this open, there'll be something quite good revealed. Oh, look at that.
Wow.
Fantastic. It's all good underneath.
Delizioso.
Have you cooked with your alpaca at all?
Funnily enough, I thought you were going to ask that. As I think I mentioned before, I know how many we've got, Hugh. I've counted. And seriously scrummy.
The mission to push the pear here at River Cottage is in full swing. From puds to savouries, we've gone pear crazy. At the canteen, head chef Tim's been poaching pears in red wine with cinnamon, ginger and star anise. While back at HQ, Gil has decided to wow the guests with canapés of blue cheese, pear and a trickle of honey. And I'm picking the last of our wall-trained pears in the veg garden. This is a conference pear, an excellent all-round variety and easy to grow. It's very good for cooking. But that doesn't mean they're quite ripe yet. In fact, a pear will never ripen on the tree. You have to pick them and ripen them inside in a warm place, ideally a sunny windowsill. Of course, there is one way to accelerate the ripening of a pear, and that's to cook with them. Get the oven to do what the sun hasn't quite managed yet. I love cooking with pears, and I particularly love greedy, puddingy pear cakes. I'm hoping that this pear and almond pudding cake will be the perfect partner to my Gloucestershire perry, and will help me win over the Devon cider drinkers at the cider pressing party in a couple of days. Just going to start these pears in a little bit of sizzling butter. First, to help tenderise them, put a little bit of colour on them for flavour, but also by adding some sugar, I'm going to make a lovely little gooey sauce that's going to make a crunchy topping on top of my cake. I'm just using the weight of the pears to stir the sauce and dissolve that sugar into those buttery pear juices. And once the pears are tender, set them aside. And now for the cakey bit, which is really easy. Start with 300 grams of butter and whisk until fluffy. For a really light finish, I like to whisk the butter until it's distinctly paler. Add 250 grams of caster sugar. Crack open 4 eggs and whisk in a little at a time. Right, now for the dry ingredients. Some self-raising wholemeal flour. 150 grams is what I need. Followed by an equal amount of ground almonds. Fold it all together, and then for a little winter warmth, cinnamon. Definitely optional and definitely to be used with caution, but I do like a little pinch on my pears. And that's pretty much it. In fact, this recipe is a cakewalk. This is one of those cakes that's just so finger-licking, sticky and exciting that I just can't wait to get it into the oven, get it out of the oven and devour it. Perfect. The sticky sauce goes over the top and the slices of tender fruit sink into the gooey almondy mix during the 40 minutes it takes to cook. Oh, this is looking good. So when they don't come out on the top of your cake, it doesn't mean your pud has gone pear-shaped. It's got this lovely toffee-ish crust. And oh, look at that, look at that. That is a piece of gooey, yummy caramelised pear. And with a warm, sticky cake like this, don't wait for it to cool down. Just tuck in. I have to say, I've rarely felt greedier. Lovely. I used to be a bit rubbish at growing winter veg. I was so distracted by the summer glut that I never got myself properly organised. But each year I've learned to appreciate more and more the real value of a well-tended winter veg patch. The fact that growth slows down, eventually almost to a standstill, is something the cook has to learn to take advantage of. The winter veg patch is really just an extension of your larder. Your ingredients are sitting there waiting, with all the lovely brassicas, leeks and roots being kept in perfect condition by the chill air. In some ways, the winter garden looks after itself. These vegetables have survived the onslaught of summer pests, and the colder weather means there's no danger of them going over the top. I love my leeks, and this winter I'm growing 4 long double rows of them. I'll be using them day in, day out. Hello. What a friendly looking vegetable. Thrilled as I am by the winter veg garden, once in a while I've just got to do something that gets my heart pumping more than parsnips. I learnt to scuba dive 20 years ago, and it's given me great pleasure as well as some fantastic free meals, from West Country spider crabs and scallops to Scottish spoots. But recently I've been thinking how wonderful it would be to swim beneath the waves without the encumbrance of heavy tanks and breathing equipment. There may be a touch of midlife crisis about my marine boy fantasy, but if I can just improve my breath holding, then maybe the world beneath the waves can truly be my oyster. 128. Not bad, but not good enough.
Clearly, there are better and safer places than the bath to improve my freediving skills. So I'm putting myself in the hands of freediving champion Emma Farrell, who can hold her breath for an amazing 4.5 minutes.
Hi, Emma.
Hi, Hugh. Nice to meet you. Very good.
Emma teaches that the secret of progress in freediving is to learn relaxed breathing.
That didn't work very well. That was about a 4-second breath hold.
Yes, yes. So what's happening is actually you're breathing from your upper chest, which is not where you want to be breathing from. You want to be using your diaphragm more and breathing what we call belly breathing. Now breathe in and pause. Now breathe out. Now how does that feel? Does it feel relaxed?
Yeah, it does.
Before I can go freediving in the lake, I'm in the nursery pool to practice my breath holding. Something you should only ever do if buddied by an experienced freediver, and definitely not in the bath.
What we're going to do is I'm going to hold your hand, and when you feel that urge to breathe, I want you to squeeze my hand. And what we'll do then is we're going to do 30 seconds longer than that.
Well, after I can't do it anymore?
Yeah, after you feel uncomfortable, because you can. Freediving is much more mental than physical. If you can't relax and allow your body to accept holding its breath, then it's not going to work.
It's remarkable how learning relaxed belly breathing has improved how long I can hold my breath.
Okay, I've got a squeeze. You're looking very, very relaxed. Just going to do 30 seconds more. Looking really good. Now, super relaxed. First, we'll get your hands to the side. 5, 4, 3, 2. Let's just do another 6 seconds. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come up now, come up. And release. Well done. Brilliant. Are you quite competitive?
To be honest, yes.
Because you really pushed that. You did 3 minutes and 6 seconds.
No way.
Really,
That's
really
ridiculous.
good. And 3 minutes and 6.
My breath hold is only a quarter of the world record, an astonishing 11.5 minutes. But it's double what it was yesterday, and that'll do for me. Next, Emma shows me how to swim without wasting energy.
Okay.
How bad was that?
You kind of just head-butted the water and hoped that that would work.
Okay.
With Emma's guidance, I'm eventually diving a little less like an electric whisk and a little bit more like a duck.
And breathe.
Is that better?
Just a little bit, yeah. That was phenomenal. Very, very good.
By the end of the session, I feel my skills are completely transformed. But the prospect of the open sea is a different matter. A few days later, with Emma as my dive buddy, we're off to Weymouth to meet Paul and Bryn, 2 experienced freedivers who regularly catch their own supper.
Hi there.
They're confident that even a beginner like me should be able to find something, but I'm having my doubts.
Suddenly it feels a bit like needle and haystack time.
Yes.
I've promised to cook everyone lunch back at River Cottage, if we can find enough food for 4. And incredibly, we strike bivalve gold almost straight away. A huddle of enormous scallops.
Hey! Fantastic! Two scallops and an oyster. Beauties too. How far back to shore?
Not far, and then you're going to cook me my tea.
Yes, absolutely, I promise I will. After I've been to sleep for about 4 days.
Well, we've certainly worked up an appetite, and it's time for me to deliver on my end of the bargain. These monsters of the deep will play a starring role in a treat made tasty by a few simple seasonal ingredients.
There's a classic way of serving scallops in the summer with bacon and a pea puree. Now, I want to make a winter equivalent of that, and I think a really cunning substitute for the pea puree is going to be some mushy squash.
With my butternut squash peeled, pipped, sliced and diced, it's into the pan with some oil and butter. Now for the seasoning. Garlic, sage and thyme are all chopped finely together.
Once the garlic and herbs have sizzled nicely, just a tiny drop of water will help the squash steam through until it's completely tender. The pork and shellfish combination is an absolute classic, and bacon and scallops is one of the best examples of it I know.
And as the bacon crisps up, the squash is just about ready to mush.
And what's going to make this dish a joy is the lovely little bits of salty bacon residue, the little crispy tiny bits. They're going to form a subtle bacon-flavoured crust on the edge of these super sweet scallops.
Depending on size, a scallop needs just 45 seconds to a minute on each side. It's perfect when lightly browned on the outside, but still just raw in the middle.
Wonderful. Right, time to plate up. Here you go.
Ooh,
Wow.
excellent.
I think those are the 3 biggest scallops all on your plate. I don't know why. I think they're the 3 biggest scallops I've ever seen on your plate.
And it is very good.
What a fine end to a great day. It's such an amazing feeling to pull something this fresh from the sea and hours later be tucking into it.
Superb, Hugh. Absolutely lovely.
You must have eaten a fair few scallops in your time.
Just a few. Definitely more than 1 or 2.
This freediving business has just come so naturally to me. I can't believe how easy it was.
So, Hugh, do you think you're a bit of a freediver now?
I have to say, I was quite knocked out by the fact that we actually found scallops, and quite a few of them today.
The scallops that you found weren't actually there yesterday. Bryn and Paul went freediving far deeper than you've been, around 20 metres, so that we could give you the opportunity to find some scallops.
What? Oh, for God's sake. You just did that to give the nursery boy a bit of a boost?
Yes, and it worked.
For God's sake.
And also to make sure that we had a nice tea cooked by you.
Absolutely. It's all a cunning plan, mate.
I can't believe it. It's a scallop stitch-up. But thank you anyway. Cheers.
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 Bastards. In fact, you're not just bastards, you're shellfish bastards.
Every smallholder knows that winter is not the season for sentimentality.
All right, boy.
Butchering one of your animals is an essential way of loading up the larder in preparation for the months ahead.
It's always a poignant moment, taking one of your animals to slaughter. But to be honest, it's also quite an exciting one. After all, this is the fulfillment of the whole business of producing your own meat. In the back of that trailer, I've got an awful lot to look forward to.
I won't be seeing the main carcass of my lovely beef steer until it's hung for 3 weeks. And that's quite a long time to wait when you're looking forward to your own home-reared beef. Luckily, there are quite a few fabulous bits of meat that I can get back from the abattoir on the very day of slaughter.
This is what we call oxtail, and it is, of course, the tail of the animal. And this is a whole beef heart. It's got a hell of a job to do, pumping litres of blood
around ½ a tonne of animal. And these two pieces are what butchers call skirt. They're actually the diaphragm of the animal, the muscles that do the job of pumping its huge lungs in and out all day long. And this is arguably the hardest working muscle in the cow, its tongue. Day after day, tearing up the sweet grass and pushing it to the back of the animal's mouth, down into his stomach. The one thing they have in common is that they're all tough and need long, slow cooking. And I see absolutely no reason not to put them all in the same pot. It's my version of the classic French pot-au-feu, a great and economic way to feed a crowd. The cuts I've got here are ideal, but brisket, shin and ribs will also work really well. There's a bit of a knack to cutting an oxtail. You just need to find the intersection of each joint, and then the knife should slide through pretty easily. The tongue can go in the pot whole, but this coarse skin will need peeling off at the end of the cooking time. Quick rinse should get rid of any last little spots of blood inside the heart. And lastly, my two pieces of skirt. It's like a coarse-grained steak. Just a quarter of the price of fillet steak, but cooked like this, it'll be many times tastier. Wow, that is one big pot of meat. While the cauldron of chunky cuts comes to the boil, chop your traditional stock veg. And when you've skimmed any grey foam from the simmering pot, the veg can go in. With a dish like this, never stint on the stock vegetables. They're going to put all their fantastic flavours into this stew. Pot-au-feu's a long, lazy day meal to make. It bubbles away happily for over 4 hours to get all the meat lovely and tender, while you see to more important things. After your chores are complete, set aside the meat and discard the stock veg. Then strain the broth. Once you've sieved out all the tiny particles, you can boil it as hard as you like, and the flavour will concentrate, but it won't change. While your broth cooks down to boost the flavour, you can sort out the meat. How about that, eh? That's quite impressive. Although this offal takes a little time to trim, debone and prepare, you end up with a rich variety of beautiful meat. The first thing back into the finished broth is some pearl barley. 10 minutes later, chuck in another round of veg, this time for eating, not flavouring. The barley's tender, the vegetables are very nearly there, so now it's time to put the beautifully prepared meat back in the pot. I'm just wondering if I'm going to go over the top of the pot. No, I think I'll just be all right. And when the meat is heated through in all that tasty veg-filled broth, it's been well worth the wait. What a bowlful. That is lovely. Now, I reckon this offal-laden pottage should be the perfect way to fill the bellies of some hungry revellers. And it just so happens I know exactly where I can find some of those this very evening. It's Friday and it's cider night. I'm off to Tim Chichester's legendary local Knees Up, where over 200 devotees of Appley alcohol have gathered for the pressing of this year's cider. I'm beginning to wonder if my plan to persuade them to convert to perry will be ripe for ridicule.
Can you just take one of my cakes? Or even two of my cakes?
I've brought along a batch of my pear pud cake, and to soften them up for the perry challenge, my awfully good pot-au-feu.
Cow's pluck pot-au-feu. Ready for a bit of offal stew? What do you think, boys? Excellent. Enjoying that? Yeah. Proper lovely. Meaty enough for you? Look, you need a bit more tongue there. Yeah, have a bit more tongue. Full of all good things.
Come to seconds.
Absolutely. Oh, you've got a really meaty one there, sir. If you don't mind me saying so.
Yeah?
It's hot, hot, hot. Ah, a bit of heart. Don't mind if I do.
And now for the real challenge. Selling my newfound love of perry to a room full of cider fans who are currently enjoying a brew that goes by the fearsome nickname of Suicider.
If I I brought you a little something to taste, it's slightly off-piece. Would you give me your honest opinion?
I like that, it's very good. Very nice.
Have a little stab. Can you guess what sort of apple that was made of?
Tabernet?
Not even close. If I told you that they were a slightly funny shape, these apples, does that help you?
You got me.
Is it pear? I still prefer cider.
Could I interest you in an alternative beverage this evening? If you had to choose, which way would you go? Go with the pear?
Yeah, I would.
Like the suicide better, I'm more of an apple fan.
And what about the cider king himself, Tim?
Your honest opinion, sir.
200% pear, is it? Yeah, very nice.
Bit of Perry, do you like that?
Very nice indeed.
Well, cheers. It's been an amazing evening. Thank you very much.
Well done,
cheers.
I may not have turned the cider tide, but I think I've proved that when it comes to making fruitful alcohol, apples and pears can live happily side by cider.
You know what? At this time of night, it's a really tough call. But it's all good. Pile in for the cake. In the pumpkin patch, right in the pumpkin patch.
Next time, I get even with the cotton-tailed crims who are stealing my veg.
That is the end of your pumpkins.
Visit a verdant vineyard in a South London garden, while the ladies of the WI get seriously under the skin of my rabbits.
She said, don't fondle my bunnies. Wow. Look what's happened to my rabbits. Ah, that was too hot.
End credits for sure.